Good evening, everybody. I may have just discovered a hack for staying right in Victoria Harbour here in BC for $12 a night. Let me explain. We're here, right here. This is us and our motorhome. The harbour's right there. And we are sleeping here for the night because tomorrow morning we're catching a ferry that goes from Victoria to Washington State. Port Angeles is the destination. And I say it's $12 a night because that's the, I guess like the pre-booking or the booking fee that you pay up front for the ferry ticket. So if you book this ferry for the first departure of the day, which I think is 10:30 in the morning, they'll let you stay here overnight. It's the Black Ball Ferry line, and I couldn't believe it. It's like, sweet, okay, well we can stay right within Victoria City, right in the inner harbour here. It's beautiful. We're surrounded by these hotels. We are right next to the legislative building, which is super nice at night because it's all lit up with all these like glowing incandescent bulbs all over. It's really pretty. I'll show you when we get a clear view. But yeah, we're right in the middle of the city, and like I said, $12 a night. The rest of the ferry fare we'll pay in the morning. But I was just thinking to myself, maybe you could just reserve the ticket for $12 and then make up some story in the morning. I've got a change of plans. We're not sailing today, and you could get like super cheap RV parking right in the middle of Victoria in a harbour. Look where we are. Look at this. And now you can start to see, look at that building. Look at this place. This here, I think, is possibly my favourite city in Canada so far. It's so gorgeous. Just look at this. It's so picturesque. This beautiful protected harbour. This is the Fairmont, the Empress, which is a beautiful building in itself, but the legislative building I think is the most beautiful building here. And let's go and have a look at it. I might go and get some photos of it as well while we're here. And it's quite busy as well. It's quite busy here. It is 10 o'clock at night, so it's a late one for me. We'll take a little walk around the inner harbour and see what we can see. But yeah, there's still a lot of people out and about. It's a Sunday night, so you know, it's a weekend. Not a Saturday night, but a Sunday night. Oh, look at this building. That is pretty spectacular. Oh my goodness, it looks amazing on camera. So when we first came to Vancouver Island, this is one of the first places that we came to, Victoria. And we've been to a few other cities, Calgary we've been to, and Vancouver, as well as around like satellite cities around Vancouver as well. But Victoria just stood out to us as such a pretty city. It's really got a unique charm. I think it still holds on to a lot of its English heritage. We discussed a lot of this in our other video that we did on the other channel. But yeah, there's a lot of like English stuff here. There's like tea rooms. It's very like English looking buildings. This building here, it's got like the kind of big dome shape, which you see a lot around Europe. So very European feeling as well. I love it. It's really cool. And there's a lot of tourists out as well. It's getting to summertime now, so we're getting a lot more tourists coming over from the States. We've seen a lot of tour buses around. We've definitely noticed the increase in RVs on the road as well since the May long weekend. I think it was the 14th of May. Since then, it's just been like yeah, very, very steady. Look at that. What a beautiful spot. So yeah, what do you guys think of my hack for getting cheap RV rates right in the middle of Victoria City? I don't think it's something I should promote. I don't think it's something that the ferry company wants to promote. They'll probably stop allowing you to go down and stay overnight in an RV if a lot of people started doing that. Just made the reservation and then cancelled the reservation in the morning. It's a bit cheeky. But we've actually got to see a bit more around Victoria this time. We went on to the other side. So behind this building, there's like beaches on the other side. And the whole area, there's cruise ships over there, a lot of little beaches and coves. It's really, really pretty, really serene and picturesque. But Victoria, as a whole, just stands out as like a really, really special city. We had this feeling, the same feeling that we got when we arrived here for the first time. We got it again today when we arrived in Victoria, so that's a good sign. Because sometimes you can catch a city on a good day, the sun's shining, the mood is high, and it's kind of contagious. But then you could come at another time and have a kind of completely different experience. But to have it a couple of times in a row, to keep experiencing that same feeling, that's a good sign. So I think we can stick firm with our recommendations of Victoria being one of the top cities in Canada so far. We can go and have a look at the Empress building now and go along the front. Oh, they have these little like pull along carts, but instead of horses pulling them, they have people running, and they're like sponsored by like supplement companies, protein supplements and stuff, which I find quite funny. But they have horses here as well, so there are horse carriages like taking people around. Again, that's like a very European thing, I think. But we've got the beautiful Empress building. I've heard that the same designer of the Empress also designed the legislative building, the Parliament building back there. So similarities, you can see that they kind of both look like big castle type buildings, very prestigious. But yeah, we've just been we've had dinner in our RV. We got Uber Eats. Probably should have gone out for dinner, but a bit lazy. We were a bit lazy today. We just wanted to have a nice easy dinner, so we got a Thai takeaway, and we just sat in the RV and watched the sunset. We watched all the pickle boats go past. They've got these great little pickle boats, which are actually taxis, water taxis, and you can take them all around the harbour. So last time we stayed here, we stayed at, you might have seen the video actually, from here you can get a direct taxi straight over to Salish Seaside RV Haven, I think it's called, and it's like an RV campsite, a really beautiful campsite actually, right on the waterfront as well. But you know, maybe 20 minutes on the pickle boat, maybe less. So yeah, a little bit out of the city. But it was still super nice. But yeah, the pickle boats are a great way to get around the city. There's just a bit of an atmosphere going on down here right now. I don't know what it is exactly. People are taking pictures of the legislative building. Some music. I mean, Sunday night, after 10 o'clock at night, it's not too cold. We're definitely getting into that summertime feel. We've still got a little bit of the last light on the horizon at 10:15 at night. It's, yeah, definitely changing. It's definitely changing, and I'm excited about it. Oh, this is like a, it's like some sort of, we're gonna go check this out. There's some music going on. It's down at the harbour side. Last time I was down here, they didn't have this. Maybe it's like a market or something. The floor's really sticky. I don't know why. It's super nice down here on the waterfront as well. When we were last here, we did a big walk all around the waterfront from Chinatown all the way around to here, and then further on to Fisherman's Wharf as well, which is where you can go for food. They've got like a floating village there, and there's like lots of different food options, as well as some, I think you can maybe rent out some of the float homes there. But yeah, let's check this out and get our video copyright striked.
Sorry to hear that. No, sorry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hopefully next time will be better, yeah?
Oh, some gangster music going on.
Holding it back until you remembered where it was.
Oh yeah, cool. So I think we are at the end of the evening. There's definitely a Sunday market vibe going on. Yeah, these places are closing up now. There's some cute little things here. Yeah, so it's a lovely little inner harbour area. There's obviously a lot going on here in the daytime, but in the evening as well. This place here, I'd really want to check out. This is a floating sauna on a restored old boat. It looks very cool. There's like a sauna spa experience in there. Looks really pretty. But let's go take a walk up through the streets and see what else we can find in Victoria on a Sunday night. I did get a lot of comments on my other channel talking about like the bad side of Victoria that we missed, and we get that a fair bit actually. When we go to some places, people say, oh, you missed out like this area, this suburb, or this street of the city that you were in, because it's got all of like, I don't know, like the drug addicts and like all this crazy behavior going on. But that's not what I want to go to see. I don't know why I don't know why people want you to go and see that stuff as when you're a tourist in their city. It's really strange, and I don't think that I would ever want to promote going to see that stuff to other tourists either. I think it's a bit like you don't want to turn these kind of like sensitive subjects, you know, these people who are struggling, into like a bit of a spectacle, you know. I think there's a bit of a weird kind of I don't know, it is a bit like, I don't know if perverted is the right word, but yeah, going to film people who are struggling with addiction or haven't got a place to call home, you know, sleep at night, then I don't know, I just find that a bit weird. But we get that a lot. I'm not going to do that ever on any social media. I'm never going to go and showcase how terrible a place is. I think the only way I would ever do something similar to that is to be like, showcase how bad an experience was when we expected it to be so good, when we, I don't know, got tricked into like thinking it was going to be this amazing thing, and it wasn't. But otherwise, yeah, I would never go and like exploitative is the word that I'm looking for, exploit people who, yeah, are just going through it. I just think that's really weird. There are people out there that do it, and there is that whole other side of like social media where people do that like performative generosity. I think that's a bit gross as well, where they'll find someone, film them, they'll go and like buy them lunch or go and buy food and then give it to them, but film the whole thing and then make out like as if, I don't know, maybe, you know, people do that, but it's just a weird thing to do, to like to grow a social media channel of I don't know. There's a good side of it as well. Like, it's really hard to make a judgment call on all of it. I think you can detect the ickiness in certain channels over others. You know, people who are doing it because they just want to like grow a following, and then other people doing it because they've been doing it for their whole life and they just thought that they could showcase you know, this like thing that they do. I don't know, it's just a weird grey area for me. I don't think I would ever go there, but it's a nice city, isn't it? I feel very safe here in Victoria. Like, granted, we're right in the middle, we're in amongst it, but I've never felt like any danger or anything. We are going to the States tomorrow, which is super exciting, and oh man, it's been like a long time coming, I guess. We've been like hoping to plan to go for a while, and yeah, I guess finally the opportunity came up. We were going to go back to the Rockies, and then we thought maybe we should wait until like the snow fully melts and everything. So that's kind of the thinking now, is we'll go south while it's still a little bit cold and snowy over there, and then we'll head back up into the Rockies after like maybe a month in the States. We'll just see how we go, but a month in the States, we're going to boost down the west coast. We're going to do the Oregon road trip. We saw this earlier. This is really cool. Orcas made out of, I don't know if that's real plants. It looks real. Really cool. Yeah, we're going to do this Oregon road trip. We're going to go see the Redwood National Forest and the Sequoia National Park as well as there's a whole bunch of places we're going to, really. Those are the main ones. We're going to go do a lot of beaches along California. Hopefully going to see one of our friends in California, or maybe a couple of friends in California. We've got a few actually. We'll see how we go. But then we're going to head east, and we're going to go up into Nevada, maybe Las Vegas. I don't know. Do you think we should go to Las Vegas? I'm not really sure. We're still in the RV, so I don't really know what Vegas is like for RVs, because it's all hotels, isn't it? But I guess they've got to have some places out there. I'm not really sure. But we'll go and check it all out, and then we're going to go up into Utah and then make our way back into maybe the Okanagan. I always get that wrong. We're going to head back up into the Okanagan, and yeah, we'll make our way back up into the Canadian Rockies and do some more exploring around there. Summertime lakes, swimming, mountains, hikes. It's going to be wonderful. I'm just stood outside the Empress now, and it looks particularly beautiful at night. These buildings, they're really, really nice. And it is starting to quieten down a little bit out here as well. I do feel like the crowds are starting to disperse a little bit. Everyone's kind of heading home, back to the hotels for the night. like I said, there's lots of cruise ships here. We saw a few when we arrived, and there's a lot of tourists, it seems, going up and down from the cruise ships as well. I got to get this photo. Look at this. This is so good. Such a cute, great shot of that building right there. It's just so nice at night. It's so picturesque. What a place. So good. But yeah, it's quite funny how we're camping in the middle of Victoria, I think. I just find that hilarious. I see these boats as well. These boats, obviously people live on them. I don't know how much it is to moor up here right in the Victoria Inner Harbour, but that would be a nice way to get around as well. I've always thought to myself I would love to learn how to skipper a boat and go cruising, go sailing the seven seas, but my one thing holding me back is, well, A, I've never had any formal training in doing this. B, I get really seasick really easily. I do wonder though, if your mind is occupied with having to do all of the things to captain the yacht, that you might not get as sick, because that's sometimes how I felt when I was like a passenger in the car. I would get travel sick in the car, but then as soon as I started driving myself, I didn't get sick anymore. So I don't know, if anyone knows if that's a thing, I'd be interested to know, because that's still something I would love to do. Far out, this place is gorgeous. Look at that. That water's so still as well. It's not a crazy built up city, it's quite spread out, Victoria is. There's like neighbourhoods that stretch out all around the area. But it's not like a high built up city. I'm not sure why. I don't know if there's like limits, regulations on how many stories they can build here. But the tallest building I can see is all the way on the other side of the harbour, and it's got those red lights on it. But in the city, I don't really see anything too high. It's just so picturesque. We've been watching seaplanes taking off and landing as well. We actually went down to one of the parks that someone had recommended to us in the comments. It was over by Esquimalt, and it was a really, really beautiful little park, and it was a sunny Sunday, so everyone was out there with their families having a picnic. There was a wedding going on. Some old guy, he had this kite, this huge kite. I'll show you a picture of it because it was actually really impressive. This is, well, that's one angle of the kite, but that was the kite. That's a person there. I mean, it was pretty impressive, this kite. There was eagles flying over and people were running as well. There was like some sort of race going on, celebrating. It was just good vibes. So yeah, we actually do read all the comments. We try and respond to a lot of the comments as well, and when we see little nuggets like that, like little places that we probably never ever would have come across ourselves, it's like, I don't know, it just makes me feel so grateful that we have this, I don't know, kind of like input. I want to say community. Are you guys part of our community? This community that's kind of like, you know, helping us to travel as we're also doing our bit to help other people travel. It's like this generous circle of giving and sharing information. I think it's really nice. We get to have these experiences and see these little places, and then you guys, I guess, are sharing that, and then you're also seeing places where we've found as well that maybe you don't know about. There was one really random place that we stayed in last night, and I think the only reason we stayed there was because we saw that they had free RV parking. We're cheapskates when it comes to like paying for. We're not cheapskates. We try to save money here and there. So we stayed in this place called Reminisce. Now I don't know if Canadians, like, if this is like a place that you guys all know about, if it's like a little secret on the island. But yeah, it was like this wonderful little, I don't know, it felt like a little European village or something. There was loads of murals around. There was a lot of history there with logging, and there was like this old wooden water wheel thing, which was like part of the old wood mill there, the timber mill. But the whole town had this kind of like aesthetic with, yeah, like kind of Tudoresque style buildings, wooden beams, white walls, just very like different looking, I think. It was super cute, and we really enjoyed it. There was a little British shop there, there was a little candy store. We had coffee and scones and tea and scones this morning. It was like the weirdest little surprise that we had. We just weren't expecting it, and we kind of like filmed a little bit of it because we just thought, if we make like a Vancouver Island like travel guide, that would be somewhere that we would put in the video, you know. Like, it was just like this completely unexpected little surprise for us. We really enjoyed it. So if you haven't heard of that place and you are cruising around Vancouver Island, definitely like pull in, have a look. There's RV parking there if you're in an RV. Otherwise it's just a beautiful little spot to like stop off and, I guess, yeah, have a little rest stop, have some food. Hey, you're on YouTube. You. These are these cycles that go around. Like I said, there's guys on cycles pulling carts, but there's also people just running like with the carts themselves. I'm back. I might have breakfast there in the morning. Maybe, we'll see. Our ferry leaves at 10:30. We've got to be going through US customs at 9 o'clock, I think. And then we still have to buy the rest of our ferry ticket, so I have to go into the office as well. But look at this, guys. What a spot, what a random spot to stay. Right here. It just cracks me up. We're the only ones here as well. I don't know if this is like something that people know about, if this is something that people do. We've got access to toilets down here. We've got electricity plug as well, so if we needed to charge up our little lithium power bank, we can do that. It's great. I'm going to show you over because we're right next to the water. I mean, it's like pretty magic. Pretty magic spot for $12 a night. They've kind of just like left the gate unlocked for us. But yeah, we're the only ones in here. It's so funny, it just cracks me up. The situations that we get into. But yeah, this ferry terminal will be full of cars in the morning, I'm sure. We'll be heading over on the 10:30 sailing and jumping on a ferry which should be pulled up here, I guess. This is us right here. How good. Is that some geese or something out there? Well, that's us in Victoria again for the last time, I guess, on this trip, and the next time we'll be back in Canada. We'll be somewhere in the Rockies or in the Okanagan. I got it that time. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys there, or maybe in America. Maybe you're going to follow us down there. I know there is a lot of talk of people who are boycotting America at the moment, but for us, we've never traveled to North America, so this is all a first for me. And all these places in the States, as much as people might not like what's going on over there and the tariffs and the unwelcome atmosphere for Canadians particularly, we still want to go and see these amazing places, these national parks and hikes and beaches and coastal drives. We're there for the country, all right? So I hope you can appreciate that we're not politically supporting anyone or anything. We're just there to see the country. But yeah, that's us, and signing off here from our bed for the night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.